Welcome to Knicksfandom. This is an independent New York Knicks fan-based podcast, which was created by fans for fans. The show is hosted by L.A. Blackwell, Danny, and Flo. They'll discuss the issues surrounding the Knicks, the NBA, and various other sports-related topics. Join us. It's going to be a heck of a ride.
I got a game plan. I'm out here with the Woo 703 high five. Look alive, look alive. Yes, Knicks fans. We wasn't looking alive a little bit ago, but they staying back. Played hard against the Warriors, then fell out in the fourth quarter. But we're going to talk about that and a lot more NBA. This is episode 55, known as Knicksfandom. As always, I'm your host, L.A. Blackwell. Glad to be joined by my fellow coach, Danny D. How you been doing, Danny D?
I'm good, L.A. What's going on with you, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Even though the Knicks struggling, but we here. We got a lot to talk about. I'm also glad to be joined my fellow co-host, Flo. How you been doing, Flo?
LA, I'm great today, man. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Got a lot to talk about. NBA talk. We're going to talk about Jimmy Butler, fellas. We're going to talk about what's going on with these trade rumors. And we're going to talk about the hot start of some of these teams and some of these teams in the basement early in the season. First segment, NBA talk. All right, gentlemen, let's start things off with the recent Jimmy Butler trade proposal. The Houston Rockets have offered 4 future first-round picks in exchange for Butler, but Minnesota Timberwolves reportedly will not trade Jimmy Butler to the Houston Rockets unless Eric Gordon is included in the proposal. What do you think about this deal, guys? Starting with you, Flo.
LA, here's the thing I don't understand. If you're Tom Thibodeau, you need to save Daryl Morey right now. And what I mean by that is this. Why are why? I don't understand Daryl Morey. I really don't understand. You're offering 4 first-round draft picks for Jimmy Butler. Why not you offer 4 first-round draft picks for, let's say, a guy like Anthony Davis, who's a top 3 player in this league? Jimmy Butler is a top 15 player in this league. With Thibodeau, he's trying to recruit what he lost out with those 3 first-round draft picks. That's what he's trying to do. You got 4. The Rockets are offering 4. So take it. Stop trying to be greedy and get more what you can. Take the deal. They're offering 4 first-round draft picks. Take the deal.
I got you, Flo. But they ain't getting that type of deal with Anthony Davis. You go for 4, you go for 64. They ain't doing it right now. Not for Anthony Davis. What you think about Danny D?
Yeah, I said for that one, they would for Houston, they would have to do that deal. They have to give up 4 James Harden and Chris Paul to get Anthony Davis. Because he's the top player. Yeah. If I understand what you're saying, Flo, but you got to get everything you can get. If they're willing to give up Eric Gordon, because right now it's a buy or sell. Houston actually they really need him. They need Jimmy Butler, and people might say, "Oh, Jimmy Butler's like that." Just for they are horrible. We'll talk about that later. Like defensively, Houston sucks. They don't understand what's going on. So to give up 4, which 4 is a lot. But if they want to give up Aaron Gordon, stuff like that, if Houston is going to sell, if I'm Minnesota, I'm trying to get whatever I can get. If they're going to give up the 4 and Aaron Gordon and you're stern on it and they go through it, hey, if they do it, they do it. If not, we ain't going to buy. But Houston right now is the buyer and they need somebody bad. And if they're willing to give everybody up, hey, I'm not mad at Thibodeau.
Yeah, I hate Danny D. But we're not surprised. We talked about this. They're going to miss Trevor Ariza and they're going to miss Mabute. And this is what happened. You're paying for that because Daryl Morey thought he's a little too smart. And now you've seen this team has no defense. Like you say, Danny D. And that's the issue right now. Now, the question is this too much to give up for him? Because this team is a win-now team. Chris Paul, you got maybe 2 more years left out of him. James Harden in his prime. You need this guy and fit right in. Eric Gordon's been struggling a little bit this year compared to last year. So he's going to take that spot anyway if you bring him over there. So the point to me is like, is it worth it? It's going to be a pick that's going to go every other pick because you can't give consecutive picks. We know that. And you hoping for the next couple of years this team is going to still be winning and the picks not going to be worth that much. But to give up Gordon and 4 picks, that's a lot. I might do 3 picks or maybe just the 4 picks and not Gordon. I don't know about all of them. But if you had to, I might do 3 picks in Gordon. I'm not giving you everything you want. That's compromise or negotiation. That's how it go. What else you want to say that, Flo?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I don't know if you're aware with Daryl Morey, because I really think this guy is really crazy. Minnesota, you're going to lose Jimmy Butler for nothing. So you should be on the phone with Daryl Morey and get this deal done. Get the 4 draft picks as best you can, because you're not getting a potential free agent coming to Minnesota, and you're going to be losing Jimmy Butler. So you rather get something for him back in value. You gave up 3 first-round draft picks for Jimmy Butler. If you remember, LA, players that you like, which was Laurie Marketing, Chris Dunn, and Zach LaVine. So
he's getting busy, now, by the way.
No doubt. I'm not taking nothing away from Zach LaVine. No doubt. But again, you're getting 4 first-round draft picks. Now, Thibodeau's like, oh, I want Eric Gordon. So I don't know if you guys were aware. Daryl Morey offered in return 2 injured players. Brandon Knight, point guard, who's played with the Suns in the Milwaukee Bucks, and power forward Marquise Chris. So, curiosity, guys, would you like these 2 players with the 4 draft picks instead of Eric Gordon?
I would do that. I think they worry about the money, too, because Eric Gordon's a lot to pay, and have to pay Jimmy Butler after this season. What you think about Danny D?
Nah, I want Eric Gordon, man. I want him. That's what I want. I want him. Like I said, I'm putting y'all in a particular situation. Like I said, it's a buy and sell market right now. I'm going for the kitchen sink. I'm pulling the Danny Ainge. I want it. If you're willing to do it, I'm mad that you're even thinking about doing it. The fact that you're thinking about doing it, that means you're desperate. So I'm gonna.
But if you're Houston, do you do the deal?
If
with the 4 picks in Gordon?
Oh no, of course not.
But even with this team, a win now team.
You got to look at it, because the thing is, a win now, you still have to look at the future, though. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's win now. What's the chance it doesn't make out? Because Eric Gordon, even though, remember, he's a shooter, so he can slump out and things like that. And offensively, you still need shooters. So if you get the team and things like that to collapse, you still need another shooter, unless you're going to bring Ryan Anderson. Is it Ryan Anderson? I don't even know if Ryan's still on the team. But, you still need consistent shooting. And Eric Gordon's a consistent shooter. He might be struggling, but he can shoot out of it, though.
But what about 3 picks in Eric Gordon? Would you do
that? Depending on the rules and regulations of what it is, because it can't be consecutive, right? What is it, like? What, every other year? They didn't say.
Every other year.
It's like every other year. It's a win now thing. Eric, I might go. If I'm Houston, I might go 3, but I'm not giving Eric Gordon though. I might go 3 in some like a brand, like you said before, but I'm not gonna give up Eric Gordon.
And Ryan Anderson, he's on the Phoenix right now. Just so you know,
on Phoenix, right? Right? So that's what I don't have another consistent shooter, because with James Harden and stuff like that, I need somebody to come off the bench. PJ Tucker can't shoot like Eric Gordon.
But Gerald Green is a guy right now. He can drop like 15 of a night. I know he's inconsistent, not a pure shooter, but
he ain't Eric Gordon.
But if you got Jimmy Butler and you got Harden, ain't that many more basketballs to go around?
But it's not about basketball. Remember, Eric Gordon doesn't need the ball in his hand. Jimmy Butler needs the ball in his hand. James Harden needs the ball in his hand, and Chris Paul needs the ball in his hand. When you drive and kick out, Eric Gordon is a spot-up shooter.
And the thing is, they need defense bad, Danny DD.
I know, but that's why I said. That's why I said
horrible, like you stated.
But that's why.
And Jimmy Butler, one thing we know, he can't play defense.
But that's why I said I might do 3. I said I might do 3, and I'm not gonna give 4 on Eric Gordon. Now I might do 3 in the Brandon Knight, something like that. I can't give up 4 on Eric Gordon if I'm Houston. That's just me.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from, guys. Anything you want to add to that, Flo?
Like I said, LA, I think Daryl Morey's an idiot. You're really betting on Jimmy Butler can help you win a championship right now, But you got to keep in mind, you got to figure out a way to re-sign him too. I know he's from Texas, but you still got to figure out a way to re-sign him. That's why I think teams like the Knicks, Brooklyn, the Clippers, they're laughing at Houston right now, because it shows they're so desperate, because they haven't figured out how to fix their defense. They're so desperate that they're willing to make this trade and give all their draft picks. And to add on to Danny D, yes, there's a rule. It's called a Stephen rule, where you cannot give a first-round draft pick in consecutive years, based on that bad Billy King trade with Boston. Remember Billy King, guys?
Billy King will live on forever, infamously. I'll tell you, boy. Billy King's a gift that keep on giving. Oh. No, I know what you're saying, Flo. I definitely hear that. But, desperate times make for strange bedfellows. So we'll see what happens as they go along. Want to change the segment a little bit, guys, and talk about some of the surprising teams and disappointing teams so far. I know it's early in the season, listeners, but it can get late early, as we always say. I just want to talk about the Bucks real quick. Right now they're 6-0, guys. What you think about the way the Bucks have started off? Starting with you, Danny D.
Oh, they're playing excellent, man. Chris Middleton, all those guys are healthy. And Bozaha, this guy's coaching his butt off, the Greek freak. They're playing excellent. The only thing is, can they maintain it? That's the thing. Can they maintain this into the playoffs? And hopefully it can be results in the playoffs where they can move further on in the playoffs.
Yeah, I hear where you're coming from. And that's the main thing. And like Budenholzer, I always say he's a great coach. And defense, that's the biggest difference to me. They holding these teams down points-wise. Brogdon has played well. Middleton and Giannis, that's a big three right there. And they look real good early. So as long as Giannis stay healthy, they're going to be in there, and he's going to be an MVP type prospect this season. That's my prediction with that. What about you, Flo?
No, the Bucks are playing well this season. I'm very impressed. They're playing in the arena. The Greek freak is playing well. Don't forget my man Eric Bledsoe.
I don't forget Bledsoe. If he show up and not pouting and stuff, that's the only problem with him. I always say he could play well. He's just inconsistent, not a leader to me. I still stand by that. Go ahead, Flo.
Well. No, I'm just saying he's playing well. Just don't forget about him. That's all.
Yeah,
but again,
I forgot about last season in the playoffs. It was easy to forget about him then.
That's cold-blooded, man.
Hey, it is what it is.
That was you got to remember that was the beginning of Scary Terry.
Yeah, and he was scary for him. And he was like, "Who's that? I don't know who he is. I know who he was. Bust your behind."
Yeah, guy who's giving you work.
The luck style, man. That's how it go. Another team that's doing well is the Raptors so far, 6-0. Kawhi, miraculously, is back and healthy. I don't know. He looks like an MVP candidate all over again. I guess that year of rest really helped him. And, what you think about that, Flo? How well the Raptors been playing so far? And Spurs fan, I feel bad for you because that's a bad look for him to sit out and now he's playing like he playing. Come on. But continue. Go ahead, Flo.
But LA, keep in mind, Kawhi did sit out a game this season. He has sat out a game. Yes, they're 6-0, but they're 5-0 with him in the lineup. And they've beaten 4 playoff teams from last year. Wizards, Boston, Cleveland, T-Wolves. So they're playing well this year. Much shout out to the Toronto Raptors, especially with a new coach, Nick Nurse, who's an offensive-minded coach. He's created some plays for Kawhi, and Kawhi is healthy. And I'm surprised that this team is actually gelling now. I thought they would gel late in the season, but they're gelling early in the season. And there's a big addition to get Danny Green, the defensive-minded shooting guard, who's definitely probably lead all shooting guards and block shots in this league. It wouldn't even surprise me. He's a very, very good defender, Danny Green.
Yeah, you're absolutely right with that one. I was going to talk about that too. Danny Green been a nice pickup in that trade. What else you wanted to that, Danny D?
Yeah, it's true, and their bench is playing. Their bench is playing well too. They're gelling together and things like that. I don't know if Kawhi must have been playing overseas and he didn't tell nobody because he's not missing a beat.
Yeah,
he looks good. And defensively, he's defending, he's shooting, things like that, and they're playing well. But like I said before, the same thing with Milwaukee. Let's see how this translates in the playoffs.
Exactly, and Lowry, he playing well too, getting a lot of assists. That's the one thing I noticed too. And their defense overall is looking pretty good. But you know who's happier right now? Who's the most happy, I should say? That's Masai Ujiri.
Oh yeah,
he's walking around that lucky horseshoe, man. He's like, please work out, please. They're gonna look at me next, please. So far so good for Masai and the Toronto Raptors. But we gotta go to the other side of the equation and talk about the Rockets, who look like a spaceship that done crashed and landed it. And as we stated earlier, that's why they're trying to get this trade with Jimmy Butler. They 1-4, guys. What you want to talk about how the Rockets doing so far, Flo?
Well, LA, I don't know if we mentioned this before, but one of the reasons why they're struggling defensively is one of their defensive gurus, Jeff Brzilic, actually retired at the end of the last season. So, what's this guy? I always keep forgetting his name. Mike. Completely. D'Antoni. I'm sorry, D'Antoni. He fell off my radar ever since he destroyed the Knicks. But D'Antoni. Mr. D'Antoni is really scratching his head, trying to find answers with the defense. Again, Daryl Morey decided to let Luke Mute walk. He decided to let Trevor Ariza walk. Trevor Ariza got paid with Phoenix for 1 year. 1 year, $15 million. A veteran, leadership, good guy in the locker room to have, a good defender. You don't have to create any offensive plays for him. So again, it's a big loss losing those two defensive players. Big loss for Houston. Daryl Morey again, just not thinking straight. Again, he's into that analytical Moneyball logic, and so far hasn't worked for him.
It has last year, but this year you can be too smart sometimes, and overthink things and think, you can plug a square peg in a round hole. Can't do that all the time, and you're seeing that now. Melo, bad fit from the beginning. I know he's Chris Paul's friend. I know this is what you thought he's a scorer, but he doesn't fit well in that team defensive-wise. He's putting up points because that's what Melo does, but he's going to struggle. And they started him some games. He's off the bench. I just don't think that's a good fit at all. So to me, right there, he was having trouble even before he got to this point. But one thing I want to add about Jimmy Butler, guys. I saw a trade they were talking about maybe Philadelphia need to jump into this and try to trade for him. Maybe Markelle Fultz. Please, 76, stay away from Jimmy Butler. Do not try to get Jimmy Butler. You already seen what he do with young guys. Don't let him be no poison for that team. Stay away from him. But back to the Rockets. Like we said, they need some help defensive-wise. Maybe Jimmy Butler might help them. But even if that works out, it still ain't going to win no championship to me. Because Golden State is too stacked. And now this season, I think you're worse than he was then. Even with Jimmy Butler, I don't think it's going to help you but so much. But we'll see what happens as the season goes along. Two other teams I want to talk about real quick, guys, is the Thunder. Right now, they're struggling 0-4. What you think about them right now, Danny D?
It's the same thing. They're just very, very inconsistent. That was from last year that took a lot of time to gel. The thing is, they can't shoot. They're horrible. They don't have a lot of shooters. Even with Paul George, the shooting percentage is horrible. Horrible. So Russell Westbrook said, don't worry about it. We just kind of get things. But I was like, you need to worry about it because the same thing like I said last week with LA, you don't got time to play catch-up. You don't got time to play catch-up. They said they have 78 more games, 79 more games. But your shooting woes are horrible. So y'all got to get together. I don't know if the coach has to get together and see what they can do to make some more plays to the basket. And you can look at the percentage, and the percentage that they're missing, they're wide open shots. It's not even contested shots. They're just wide open. Westbrook another night, he went 0 for 7. So that's what they got to do, and they got to buckle down and see what they can do. Go back to the drawing board with Scott Brooks.
Absolutely. The thing with the Thunder, just to piggyback on that, Danny D, they shooting field goal percentage 39% and 36% for three-point land. As a team, I ain't going to get it done. Not at all. What you want to that, Flo?
I have two questions to ask you guys. Number one, do you think Billy Donovan is the answer there? You think he's the reason why they stink, and should they fire him immediately?
Yeah.
I like Billy Donovan. Yeah. I know what you're saying, Flo. It just hasn't worked out like you thought it was. And after a while, you do have to point the finger at the coach a little bit because they got some players and they got a team as a whole that should be better than what they are. And before I said because Melo was messing it up, he didn't really buy into Billy Donovan. That hurt him in the locker room to me. But Melo's gone, and y'all still struggling. So it's going to have to fall at his feet to me. After a while, if you keep looking like this, you may have to go. What you think about Danny D?
It's a possibility, too, but the thing is, it's just they're missing wide open shots, though. Billy Donovan can't make them put the ball on the basket, and especially when it comes to the defensive wiles and things like that. It's sometimes you got to look at the game and look at who you got. You know what I'm saying? You got Anthony Robertson is still hurt. They keep on calling this guy a defensive guru. When he comes back, hopefully they can change because they're putting great onus on him. And then the same thing with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Those two combined should at least get you a win. You understand what I'm saying? Those two going to combine should just give you a win automatically depending on who you're playing.
Yeah, you're right. But the thing is with this NBA, you can't get rid of these players with these big contracts.
Of course,
Very difficult. So it's always going to fall to the coach eventually. Same thing with Luke Walton and Lakers. They keep struggling. It's going to fall on him. What you want to add to that, Flo?
Got another question.
No, but wait a minute. What do you think about should he be fired? Don't try to go out this back door, Flo. I seen that. You see that, Danny? I see out the back door. He didn't give his opinion about that. What you think about him being fired? Potentially.
Well, I think they might have to seriously consider doing a change of scenery. Maybe they have to let him go. He might be the wrong coach for this team. Not saying he's not a good basketball coach, but maybe he's just the wrong coach for this team. And they probably need to give one of their assistant coaches a chance, you know?
I agree. I think if it continues, he may have to. I think he'd be better with a younger team. I really do. I think it's hard to coach a guy like Westbrook.
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult, especially guys from the college ranks, you know? But go ahead, Flo. You said something else you want to add.
My question is just curiosity. Who do you think will get their first win? Because right now you got the Thunder and also you got the Cleveland Cavaliers that still haven't won a game yet. So I want to know, who do you think will get their first win? The Cavs play Tuesday against the Hawks at home. They already got blown out by the Hawks with Trae Young, early in the, a couple games ago. And the Thunder play the Suns tonight. So I'm just curious, who do you guys think will get their first win?
I would say the Thunder, just because I got faith in Westbrook in them. I think they're going to get a win, try to get off this 9. Plus, Phoenix has been struggling as of late, so that's why I would say automatic. But the Hawks is terrible too. What you think about Danny D?
Nah, I think it's gonna be the Thunder, especially if Devin Booker don't play tonight. But then also, Trae Young, man, did you see that game? Trae Young, what he had, Flo? He was killing the Cavs. I don't know what he was killing them dudes.
He was.
Oh my goodness! I was like, what these guys? Cavs suck. Dan Gilbert, you suck.
Oh man, that's bad. What you think, Flo?
I agree with you guys. I think the Thunder will get their first win tonight against the Suns. I really believe that. Even though I was really hoping that both of these teams would play each other on November 17. The Thunder, they actually go to Cleveland. They play November 17th. So I was kind of curious to see if these teams can keep losing until we play each other. That would have been comical,
Oh man, I think Trae Young had about 35, right?
Yeah, 35. Man, he's killing them dudes.
So everything gonna go through him, And the last thing I want to talk about real quick, guys, is the Wizards. They right now 1-4 and struggling as well. What you think about the Wizards right now, Flo?
LA, I'm not surprised. They got Dwight Howard, so I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised, man. This team hasn't even gelled yet. That's the problem. Think about it. They moved Gortat. Yes, I understand they got Austin Rivers. I get it. But again, this team hasn't gelled. There's still some issues in the locker room. They got to figure it out, man. Wall, Bill, Howard, Kelly Oubre, Otto Porter, they need to figure it out. All these guys need to sit down, have a closed-door meeting, and figure it out. Because they don't figure it out, Scott Brooks is probably going to be gone.
As he should be. He struggles everywhere, man. He struggled with the Thunder. He struggled with the Wizards. After a while, it got to be the coach. Something's going on. But also, Dwight Howard hasn't played really all season. I think that hurt them really a lot with Gortat gone. They had no defense presence in the inside. And the other thing with them, John Wall is struggling. I mean, Curry dropped 51 on him. He only had 13 points that game. So that's not going to get it done as well. And just overall, the team is just inconsistent. Inconsistent to say the least. What else you wanted to add, Danny D?
Yeah, those guys, what you call it? But hold on, wait. Let me finish the statement. Yeah, but they were talking about the excuse me, because I just got news that your boy might have got fired, man.
Who that?
Tyronn Lue.
For real?
Yeah. Got fired.
Wow.
The inside information guys on air guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can fact check me right now. I just want to intrude, but they say he might have got fired, and that's for your boy Adrian Wojnarowski. He never gets it wrong. You know what I'm saying? He AJ gets it. AW he gets it right. Yeah, he got fired, brother.
Oh, that's the truth right there.
Yeah.
AJ put it.
Yeah, they said Larry Drew is supposed to be the new coach.
Larry, oh man,
or the assistant coach. Yeah,
but he wasn't really the coach last year. I mean, LeBron left, and then
yeah. Sorry, yeah, sorry. Just letting you know. Sorry, Lou. That's not even your fault, brother. It's really not your fault, man. Sure.
Yeah, 6 games as head coach. That's tough, man. That's not enough time to get this guy. We got 6 games, guys. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Oh man. But yeah, that's sorry.
I should laugh. I'm sorry. I should laugh.
I got that news. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, Tyronn Lue. But yeah, we got y'all on the air, fellas. We got y'all. We give y'all the breaking news. But
you heard it here, Knicksfandom.
Yeah, but for Washington, these guys, you got allegedly You got John Wall, Bradley Beal, Markieff Morris calling out teammates. You got Scott Brooks talking about Otto Porter Jr. shouldn't be worried about his stock selections. Why are you naming players' names in interviews, Scott Brooks? What's going on? See, that's why I said it starts from the top. If you have a problem with a player, stuff like that, you address them. You don't address them in the media. Who does that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's no surprise. Wizards always have issues inside the locker room, you know?
So I have a question to pose to you guys. Do you think they need to blow it up like Toronto blew up their team? Do you think they need some make some? Because it's not working. It doesn't make any sense to keep on arguing, fighting, and only getting to the 7th and 6th seed and always losing in the first round. What's the point?
I said this a while ago. I remember it was an episode we had said, and we talked about what players are being wasted on their team. And we talked about that. And I had said John Wall. I just never thought it would work with this team. And I said either him or Beasley gotta go. They just never had that good connection to me. And like you stated, Danny D, it's not working. So to me, I think, you need to blow that up and see the best you can get for it. Either Wall or Beasley, whichever one you believe in the most, I think you got to go from there. What you think about it, Danny D?
Yeah, I think so. And don't forget you gave all that money to Otto Porter Jr. And you talking about the shot selection. The other game, he only had 6 shots. The man can't get more than 10 shots. I know. He just paid him a max contract. Damn.
Yep. You speaking the truth, man. How about you, Flo? What you think?
Let me add on to this real quick, and I'm going to answer these questions. But Otto Porter, I just want to fact check you, D, on this.
Mm-hmm.
Otto Porter got the money from the Brooklyn Nets. The Wizards matched the offer. It was a 4 years, $106 million. The Wizards matched the offer. So that's you know.
But you ain't going to use them. Why match it?
They didn't have to match them. I let them walk.
Exactly. But again, to me, this boils down to this is John Wall's team. The reason why I say that because again, remember, sometime last season, John Wall was hurt. Knees were bothering him, had knee surgery. That's true. First person I was talking trash was Martin Gatat. After the game, he was talking trash on ESPN. John Wall saw it. So okay, I'll take this on consideration. It wouldn't surprise me if John Wall went to Ernie Grunfeld, so you gotta get this guy out of here. So this is John Wall's team here. So if anybody goes, it's gonna be Bradley Beal. It won't be John Wall. John Wall's gonna go up to Ernie Grunfeld and say, listen, Beal gotta go. I'm staying. You building this team around me. He gotta go. The fans come to see me, not him. This is my team. You pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, but they're not winning. And that's the ultimate indignation or, that's what the team looks at. If you're not winning, no matter who's on that team, unless you're LeBron or something. And John Wall is no LeBron James. But one thing I wanted to ask you guys real quick, regarding the Tyronn Lue that you dropped, Danny D, do you think he should have been fired?
Heck no, he shouldn't have been fired. What do you expect? How? It's not. That's Dan Gilbert going. That's Dan Gilbert, that organization, always having a scapegoat. Oh yeah, it's a bad start. We're gonna get rid. No. Unless it could have been one of these things. LeBron left. LeBron brought you here. We mad at you, so you going too. We mad. We still upset. You gotta go. LeBron put us in a predicament, and you gotta go now because we upset.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. That's not the really guy they chose. They chose Black. Yeah, and LeBron wasn't feeling him at all. So understandable. Like you said, I may not agree with it, but they won't win anything anyway. No matter who's coaching them, you can get Pat Riley come back and coach them. They ain't gonna matter. Because
think about it. Let's put this in perspective. Think about it. You just fired a coach, right? That went to 3 straight NBA finals, right? 3 straight Eastern Conference finals that he done won, and he won an NBA championship in 2016. Who does that to a coach that won a championship less than 2 years ago and went to 3 straight NBA championships?
Nobody. Nobody really. What you would say to that, Flo?
Yeah, let me get on Dan Gilbert real quick here. Listen, the biggest winner in this deal is Tyronn Lue. And I'm going to tell you why. He got paid. So you're giving him 3 years, $20 million left on his contract. You fire him? So he's going to stay home and get paid. Tyronn Lue is a genius. Go get your money. Take your firing like a man. Don't worry about it. Dan Gilbert's a moron at the end of the day. At the end of the day, he should be focused on basketball. Stop focusing on these casinos he's trying to build all over the place like in Detroit, et cetera, et cetera. Grow up, Dan Gilbert. Shame on you, man. LeBron left. He don't want no business with you or the organization. Move on. What was the purpose of firing Tyronn Lue? Stupid. I feel bad for Larry Drew for coaching this team. More so than Tyronn Lue. I wish you all the best, Larry Drew, because this might be your last coaching job. You don't get it done here, you might never get an NBA job, man. Seriously. I wish you all the best, man. No respect to Larry Drew. I know he's a great assistant over the years, Cleveland. He's been assistant coaches in a lot of different organizations. He knows basketball, but I really feel bad for him because now we got to deal with Dan Gilbert, and Dan Gilbert doesn't know anything about basketball. He doesn't know how to run a basketball organization. He doesn't know anything whatsoever. I think this guy's clueless. He's a moron. He's an idiot.
Oh man, Dan Gilbert, you can send a letter to Flo like you did LeBron as well. So you can send it directly to Knicksfandom@gmail.com. That's how you can do it. I hear you, Flo. You know, it made a lot of sense. But we're gonna see how that develops as it goes along, guys. One thing I want to try to switch tracks a little bit and talk about a statement I heard from Durant, Kevin Durant, the Golden State Warriors, the champions, and see what y'all thought about it. If it has any levity going into the off season, maybe next year. And I quote, Durant says, "I never got the massive deal. I just seen a bunch of dudes around the league making so much money, and I'm happy for them, but I know I deserve that too." That's the only thing I'm probably thinking about, to be honest. You think Durant's being honest, guys? What you think about it, fellas? Starting with you, Danny D.
He's being honest and things like that, but the thing is the massive deal. You could have got the massive deal, but you chose to go get a ring. So it's a bridge under the water for me. And it's hard. He does feel that, but the thing is, you chose ways and went to different organizations. That, like, matter of fact, when you wanted more money again for Golden State, you took less money. That's on you. You did that for the sacrifice of the team. Nobody told you to do that. Hove did that, so you had to go through that. You chose to do that.
Nobody got on him.
Great. Yeah, that's
from the beginning, because no franchise player really does that. LeBron's the first one that really started taking a lot less money to play with his teammates that he really wanted to, and his friend. Yeah. And he went and then doubled up on that, or doubled down that, I should say. What you think about that, Flo?
Oh man, I do. I have to agree with Danny D. No disrespect to KD, but at the end of the day, you took the pay cut. You know, you left OKC. You were the man in OKC. That was your team. It really wasn't Westbrook's team. It was really your team. And you decided to go play with the enemy, Golden State. You made your decision. You won some rings. You took a pay cut again. You're making 2 years, $54 million. You get to opt out after the first year, making $27 million a year when you should be making $38.1 million. Steph got paid because of you. You took the pay cut. Also, they were able to re-sign Iguodala and Shaw Livingston because of you taking the pay cut. So again, I understand you deserve your money, but you took the pay cut.
Well, like I said, I totally agree with you guys, and I hope Jim Dolan looking at that and just got a whole briefcase full of money and a blank check and say, "Here you go. You want that money? It's money," and they are willing to spend the money, as we've seen with Phil Jackson, we've seen with Carmelo. They don't shy about giving out money. So if you want that money, come to New York. And hopefully that makes you want to come there as well. But then I heard something else that made me a little weary. And they said he wants some money, but he also wants a top player to come with him. So that part, I'm like, come on. Which one you want? You want the money? You want to be the man? Now you want your partner in crime? Come on, man. Tell us something. Tell us something. But it's something that I saw it was kind of interesting. I want to get your guys' opinion about it. And, you know, that's pretty much it for this segment of NBA Talk. I want to jump right into Fast Break, guys. All right, and for Fast Break, got a question for you fellas. What players or teams that haven't mentioned the mainstream media has you guys excited about the beginning of the NBA season? Starting with you, Flo.
I've been thinking about this for a while, but honestly, it's got to be the Greek Freak. Definitely. The guy's stronger. Like, he's been in the weight room. He's been working out. He's also been working out with Kobe Bryant, my understanding. And he's got Milwaukee playing well, 5-0, new arena. Looks like a MVP candidate. I know Kobe's challenged him to be that MVP candidate. So Greek Freak, to me, is the guy I'm really interested in seeing. How far can he take it? Has he elevated his game to the next level? Can he knock down consistent jump shots? Can he shoot the three ball at least at a 45% clip. So that's the guy I'm really interested. That got me really excited about the NBA season.
Okay, I hear that. Giannis on a lot of people's radar right now, playing well. How about you, Dan D? Who's got you excited right now?
So honestly, people that got me excited right now, NBA, is that boy out there in Dallas, man, Luka Doncic. I thought we really see if he was going to be a bust and things like that, and he's really playing. Even though he's playing for Dallas, and Dallas doesn't have a really good record. Through 5 games, he's averaging 20, 6 and 3, so 20 points a game, 6 rebounds as a guard, and 3.8 assists, and he really got me excited to see how he's going to progress in his career in the NBA and see how he's going to do, and see if he can come out to actually be like a rookie of the year.
Yeah, he was on my list too. Because that step back 3, ooh, that joint is nasty.
Yeah,
I like him, man. I see what he going to do. I want to see what basically going on with the team-wise, I should say, is the Utah Jazz and the Pelicans. Because I really want to see what AD was going to do. I know he's talked about a lot, but I want to see what this team's going to do after Boogie Cousins was gone. And they playing real well right now. Yeah. And same thing with the Jazz. The Jazz look good too. They got a deep team. So I really want to see how they're going to play going forward as also. That was another team that really stood out to me. And Doncic was a player. And another guy I want to talk about real quick, who I was shocked. It's a line in the color purple. And the father said, he said, "My God, the dead has arisen." And Nick Stauskas, man. This guy's actually playing again for the Portland Trailblazers.
He getting busy.
Games. Yeah. 47% field goal, 40% from 3, and dropping 10.2 points per game. I was shocked when I see him dropping buckets the other day, man. So, that's a guy I was happy to see playing better. And it's about time because he was a high pick and really did nothing. So we see as this team and the season go on. Another team I thought was going to do better too, guy, was Phoenix. I thought Phoenix Suns going to look better right now. But they're a young team, but they're a team that you have to watch out maybe a year or 2 from now. So that's another team I was to see, watch maybe on League Pass, something like that. Something you want to talk about off the cuff, starting with you, Danny D.
Oh, this is a segue from last week topic we had about the high school players going to the college and go to the G League. So now, a couple episodes in last season, I was talking about Darius Bazley. Remember, he was the guy who was supposed to go to Syracuse, and he decommitted from Syracuse, and he was supposed to take his chance in the G League, right? Now, he has foregone the G League, and he is with Rich Paul, and he's doing a $1 million internship with New Balance. So Rich Paul is helping him get this deal, and he's going with New Balance, and he's going to get a $1 million contract to intern. He's going to start in January, and he's going to get $1 million guaranteed, and it's going to be $14 million in incentives. I don't know if he's going to go to the draft, and New Balance is going to be his new sneaker deal. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but right now he was ranked the number 13 prospect in 2018. And I was wondering how y'all guys feel about that. And Rich Paul said he's just trying to look out for the players and what's best for them. And he believes that the college system is broken, quote unquote.
Well, I agree with Rich Paul. It is broken. And we talk about it a little bit off the air. It's about options. And different players, different individuals have different options. Some players going to want to go to college. Some people want to get that money in the G League. Other people want to go overseas. And that is a new option. You could do an internship like he found out, but learning the internship and actually going to pay him millions is what they're saying. So, and many options you can put on the table, that's the best for these young players trying to come in the league. What you think about it, Flo?
LA, I think we're all doing something wrong here. I think we need Rich Paul here to advocate us here so we can get a deal with New Balance.
I'm not mad at that one. Go ahead, Flo.
But overall, I want to say much respect to Rich Paul for guiding this young man, allowing this kid to get an internship to learn about the business aspect, in terms of working in a sneaker company and New Balance. And it gives New Balance an opportunity to get into the basketball shoe market, because really, when I think of New Balance, I really think of running shoes per se, not basketball. So I think it goes both ways. So they're really investing in this kid. So much respect to New Balance and much respect to the gentleman. And also, shout out to Rich Paul again. Excellent job.
Very true. Like you said, you don't think about them as basketball shoe anymore. What else you want to tell Danny D?
Yeah, they haven't been doing basketball shoes since the 1990s. The 1990s. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a great thing. Like I told y'all, gentlemen told y'all last week before. I said, man, if you're a high prospect and things like that. I mean, a high prospect, ESPN got you ranking things like that. I'm telling you the truth. If I'm not interested in college, I don't want to go to the season, things like that. What am I learning through college? I'm not staying for my degree. I get my degree later on. I can go back, and I want to see, like you said, LA. What's best for me? What's best for my family? If it's not college. And if I can find a better thing that's going to suit me for a year, be an internship, either play over a year or sit out a year, that's what I'm going to do if it's going to benefit me in the long run. Because, like I said, it's a business.
Exactly. And that's what NBA said. They'll cut you like it's nothing. If they can. It's a business. And they'll trade you like if it's nothing, you know? All right, fellas. That's a lot of NBA talk. Much appreciated, Dan D, for that off the cuff. And right now, I want to jump into, or next week round, I was just say. Here we go, fellas. Gentlemen, here we go. You stated D last week. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I said it, man. I said, damn, man. Damn, man.
And we're going to start things off with the Milwaukee Bucks loss, which they lost 124-113. Really wasn't as close as the numbers say. And the Knicks look bad in that one, guys. Look bad. Let's start with you, Flo. How you think about that Knicks game against the Bucks?
Listen, let me repeat some real stats real quick here. Rebounding. Bucks had the edge, 55-43. Blocks. Bucks had 9 blocks. The Knicks had 2 as a team. Brook Lopez had 3 blocks by himself. Ridiculous. And then the 3-point shooting. Knicks shot 10 for 29 from the 3-point line, 35%. The Bucks shot 43%, 17 for 40. It seemed like every time the Bucks took a 3-pointer, it was always wide open. I don't understand. Where's the defense? We're not stopping these guys at the 3-point line. Where's the defense? We're just watching them shoot the 3 ball. Ridiculous, man. Eric Bledsoe, I know LA, you're not a fan of Eric Bledsoe, but again, 16 points, 6-11 from the field, 2-7 from 3, 4 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block, plus 19 in 31 minutes. And again, one of my favorite players for the Bucks, Chris Middleton, 30 points, 11 of 14 from the field, 7 out of 8 from 3, 7 rebounds, a steal, and a plus 16 in 34 minutes. The Knicks, they gotta figure it out defensively. They gotta figure this thing out. They can't be going the games, especially in the first quarter, being down. It just can't happen. Then you're down by 19 by halftime, 71-52. It's ridiculous, man. Really is ridiculous.
It looked like a scrimmage, man. That's what it looked like. A regular scrimmage. They didn't show up. Like you stated, defense was awful. And only bit of guiding light for that game was Damian Dotson. That's the only thing I took from that game. Everything else was horrible. The team wasn't ready. That's on you, Fizdale. The team looked terrible. I know they had injuries, but you got to compete. They didn't even compete. What you want to say that, Danny D?
Yeah, and Harzoni is coming off the bench too. You know, so he played well too. You know, he got the bench and things like that. But yeah, overall, yeah, it's like you can't like tinker with the lineup and things like that against a good team like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Milwaukee, like I said, those guys are gelling, things like that, and you got to come in to play. At least give a fight, but defensively, it's just that we just got outmatched and outplayed, you know, and it showed.
Pretty much, that's the game in a nutshell. We're going to go right from that game, just like the Knicks did, and try to move on. But they moved on and got spanked again. This time they lost 110-87 to the Miami Heat. Miami Heat had their way again inside. Talk about it, Danny.
Yeah, they really did. We got out-rebounded. Fast break points. You know, it's really, I can't speak of it. And I thought that was the game we could have stole, you know. And then you got to look at the breakdown of the people. Like, nobody. It's only Dotson came to play. No, I'm talking about nobody came to play. Cantu got outplayed. Burke got outplayed. Niakila got outplayed. Everybody really got outplayed. We couldn't do anything. I don't know what happened in that game. I don't know what happened in that game at all. At all. Jason Richardson, you letting this guy score 21 points. Whiteside, Cancer couldn't do anything to this dude. Whiteside, 22 and 14. It was that. I'm very more upset about that game because that's the game I thought we could have won, and then that's a slap to our face because they got smacked.
Man, they made Whiteside look like Ben Wallace.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
blocking shots, rebounding, flexing on them. I'm like, what is this? This is terrible. But you said Dotson played well.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That was it.
And Cantor looked bad. That's the first time you saw.
Yeah.
This is why they didn't play them much in the next game with the Warriors because they started putting Mitchell in there, really try to get some speed because Whiteside just ate him up. And like you stated, the big thing was Richardson, man. Richardson looked like a superstar against him.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? He ain't even.
And even McGroder, he did well too.
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is.
These guys, just all of them came out of woodworks, man. What else you want to add to that, Flo?
Let me add on to this. Again, the Knicks got out rebound in this game once again, 51 or 45. So we see the pattern of the Knicks. As long as they get out rebound, they're gonna lose basketball games. So we see the pattern here. But then, D mentioned this earlier. Free throws. They went to the line 14 times, the Knicks, and they made 9, 64%. The Heat went to the line 28 times. They didn't shoot the free throws very well. They only made 19 out of 28 for 68%. But at least they went to the line. And then Trey Burke was invisible in this game. Trey Burke had 3 points, which was only a 3-pointer, 1 for 10 from the field, minus 12 in 16 minutes. That's not good enough, especially for a guy where we're trying to figure out what's his best role on his team. Gentlemen, if you remember, I said near the end of last season, I said that he should be coming off the bench and he could be like a Lou Williams type player for us because right now he's not getting done in the starting lineup. This team, I thought they were going to find a way to win this game. They went on a 14-0 run from the end of the first quarter into the second quarter, and they fell apart. They led 27-16 in the first quarter, and from then they fell apart. They gave up 31 points in the second quarter, 31-18. They scored 18 points. Down at halftime by 2, 47-45. And in that third quarter, this game is over. Miami scored 45 points, and the Knicks scored 20. They just ran up and down the floor. Seriously. And they were knocking down threes. Like you said earlier, Richardson got busy. McGruger got busy. I hate to say this, no disrespect to Enes Kanter, but Hassan Whiteside manhandled Kanter.
Oh, he's too fast. Too many times he just got caught in picks and switches.
Yeah.
You could just see it too many times. Lives, you're getting, what's the name? Tip dunks, everything, man. Alley oops. It was just all over the place. It was embarrassing. That's what it was. And you're right. You're right about Trey Burke. As we're going to jump right into the Golden State Warriors game, guys. Now, this game was a lot closer than what it looked like at the end. It's at 100-128. But this game was close. The Knicks actually had the lead going to the half, I believe. And they looked good pretty much to the fourth quarter. And that's when KD said, this is what y'all want on this team, don't you? This is the difference. It's my time to shine. And that's what he did. And he just exploded on them. Finished with 41 points. And this is a game where you had a chance to win. And Klay Thompson played horrible, guys. He's been struggling all season, though. And for once, Frank played very well. Very well, guys. 19 points, I believe. You know?
He played good.
I didn't see 17 points. Played really well to me. And I'm like, why was he in the third quarter? Why didn't he come back? Talk about it, Danny D.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can see what Fizdale was doing. You know what? But my thing, Fizdale, if you were going to do the changes, couldn't you do the changes in the Miami game before you went to the Golden State so you can get more time to gel? That's just me, guys. I'm going to switch it up on them. Let's give him more time to gel because that starting lineup wasn't that bad. It wasn't a bad starting lineup. It was okay. It was okay.
They went small to match Golden State. Yeah, and Mitchell got a lot of minutes.
That wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that bad and things like that. But then, like you said, for the bench wise and things like that, it threw the bench rotation off a little bit because a lot of people were out of place. Depending like a Kansas, he was still upset. A Burke, he did good and things like that, depending on the pace of the game. You know, they did good. For what it was. I thought they was gonna get blown out by more. They played well, but you know, Golden State was playing with those guys. They wasn't being serious until the fourth quarter. It was like, all right, we're gonna play around and stuff like that. Oh, fourth quarter, it's time to get busy. And KD, like you say, KD is like fourth quarter. It's money time. Let's get up out of here with this W because we got things to do.
I think they was serious, but I think they actually got him a little rattled. I think they threw him off with going small. Like you said, I thought Frank did real well against Curry. I mean, he's still going to do his points. You ain't going to stop Curry. We all know that. He still had 29. But the thing is, you made him work for their points. And the thing is, you was moving up in court, down the court with him. So I thought they played really well going into the fourth quarter. And it was right there. What you think about it, Flo?
I love this lineup by Coach Fizdale. Starting Frank at the point. I love this lineup. Definitely, I really do. Like you said earlier, he got busy. But once again, they're trying their best to play with Golden State. I just felt like Coach Fizdale dropped the ball with this game. It didn't seem like he had any answers coach-wise, you know, in that fourth quarter. It seemed like he didn't coach in that fourth quarter. He was invisible. It's a tough loss. Again, let's look at the numbers real quick here. Warriors, 26 assists. Knicks, 17. Steals. Warriors had 10. Knicks had 6. Blocks. Warriors had 6. Knicks had 1. Turnovers. Warriors had 14. Knicks had 19. And
it should have been 2 blocks. Not to interrupt you, Flo, but it should have been 2 blocks. That was a bad call they did on Mitchell, man. That ball was going up. They called that bad basket interference. But go ahead, Flo.
No, I agree with that. Definitely, I agree with that. And then the field goal percentage. You know, the Warriors shot 59% from the field. 51 out of 87. Knicks shot 43%. 39 out of 90. Yeah, I understand they were trying to slow down Klay Thompson, but then you still got to deal with Steph. And you got to deal with KD. So again, it's like you got to pick your poison. You're playing against 4 All-Stars, and even Draymond had a great game, which was surprising to me.
Yeah, that got me mad.
He was arguing with the rest most of the game to me.
You know, this was a real this loss hurt because I thought the Knicks wouldn't show up. They showed up for 3 quarters. In that fourth quarter, it seemed like Fizdale ran out of answers. I think he relied too much on the bench. He left his starters on the bench. This new starting lineup on the bench too long. Should have brought them back early, but he didn't do that. Tough loss for the Knicks, man. KD dropped 25 points in the fourth quarter alone, 41 points overall, and it showed you right. He showed you right there that imagine him with the unicorn on the same team. Just imagine that. Just imagine that.
Nasty. And you know that brings right into the next question, guy. We've been talking a lot about lineup changes. What is your lineup that you think the Knicks should go with right now? Starting lineup and then the immediate bench rotation. What do you think? Starting with you, Flo.
Well, I like this starting lineup, but let's do this real quick here. I'll leave Frank at the point, Hardaway at the 2. At the 4, I'll leave Vonleh. I'll leave Mitchell at the 5. At the 3, no respect to Damian Dotson. I would love to see a healthy Kevin Knox starting over Dotson. No disrespect to Dotson at all. I like the lineup, but I just felt like Dotson was just overmatched against KD. I want to see what Knox could do against KD. I want to see Knox defensively. See if he could have slowed down KD somewhat. You know, but again, KD's KD. He's a star in this league. You know, he's considered probably either the best or the second best player in this league, depending on who you talk to. But it was tough, really tough. But again, I'm curious to see a healthy Kevin Knox as the 3, as opposed to Damian Dotson.
Okay, let's say it one more time, your starting lineup.
So it would be Frank at the point because I think that Burke is just overmatched because of his size. Hardaway at the 2, but he's got to work on his shot selection, and that's the thing that bothered me with this game, watching this game. This guy was just taking threes from New Jersey, man. It was frustrating. Just stand there, sit there and watch him shoot threes, man. Really frustrating. A healthy Kevin Knox at the 3, Vonleh at the 4, Mitchell Roberts at the 5.
And let's say Knox still's hurt. Who you put there now?
I think you either it's going to have to be Dotson or Huizinga.
Okay. I got my own thoughts about that. What you think about D&D? Thanks, Flo.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing. The only problem with Dotson is overmatched because of the height, because Dotson's 6'6", so he's playing out of position as a small forward. That's the thing that throws it off, because you got Hardaway playing as the guard. So I'm looking at it. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This is my starting five, but I don't know what position they're going to play. I will have Frank, Tim Hardaway.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to throw Cantor in there, right? Vonleh, and I might throw in her. I can't pronounce his last name. Her
Hazonia.
Hazonia. Yeah.
Okay. And what you think that brings if you go with that lineup?
Because the only thing is we have to start in lineup because when we start in these guys, I looked at it. When we start like the starting lineup that we had with the Golden State, right? If Knox is not healthy, we don't got nobody coming off the bench. Because Trey Burke is he's okay, but I like Vonleh because remember Vonleh was bringing off the energy off the bench. This guy was averaging like a double coming off the bench. We didn't have that now because he's starting.
Yeah, but you still got Alonzo, so he got to get more playing time than me.
Who's
Alonzo
that?
Trier. Alonzo Trier?
Yeah, he got to get playing time. Yeah, but it's more of like an offensive because we think we need somebody defensive too to get rebounds. He's just like a more offensive threat. He's not going to rebound.
No, I hear you. I hear where you're coming from. Okay. I see where y'all both going. I went a little bit different. For mine starting center, I still got to go with Canton.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Mitchell, he played really well, but he ran out of gas. And you saw him at the end. He's a young guy. He was struggling to get up and down a little bit down the court. He's on a bike. I think he might have stiffened up a little bit. In the tunnel, you saw him doing that. So I don't know. He got to get more minutes, though, at least 20 minutes a game. Power forward, Lance Thomas got to go. Got to go. Vonleh, you the new power forward. Small forward, Tim Hardaway, I know you're out of position, but I got to put you back up there again until Nas is healthy.
Yeah.
2 guard, Dotson. We need the points. He getting 20 points here and there. He's good rebounder for a 2 guard. Nas is a small forward. Point guard, Bob Burt. I know I've been pushing you, but you do not have the ability to run this offense. You look for your shot way too much, and your defense is atrocious sometimes. He not going back down on the court when you get upset. I've seen that a couple of times. Nah, you sitting down, the Prince is playing. Frank is playing. And that's what he's going to do. So Frank is a new point guard. Burke, you going to play off the bench, like you said, Flo, getting that instant offense. Let Alonzo play 2 guard. Let Hazonia play small forward. Lance Thomas, do what you do best. Power forward, you play defense and pass the ball to other guys. That's what you do in that bench. And Mitchell, you going to play the backup center, but when we play somebody like a Whiteside, you're going to start. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to switch that with you and Cantor depending on the matchups.
But don't forget what's going to be. Don't forget about it, too, because if they're really missing, even though you don't like Courtney Lee could be an instant too to come out and Moutier. Whenever these guys, one of them going to play because we really need them. We really need those two.
If Burke is struggling, Moutier get his playing time. And like you said, Dotson struggling, Lee get some playing time. That's it to me. Or like you said, he can also play some small forward too. And help out with Courtney Lee.
Yeah, we actually need him.
You know, because he can help out with Hardaway playing out of position. That's a tough ball with Knox being hurt. But I think he's a better fit for that small forward. He's not that great laterally defensive wise. So put him there and put Dotson at the 2 right now. Go ahead, Flo.
Question for you. So if Kevin Knox is healthy, what do you do Tim Hardaway? Is he coming off the bench in your starting lineup?
Nah, he's going to start. Then I have to put Dotson on the bench. I got to start Hardaway making too much money. Got to.
Okay. Ooh, that's tough. Okay, that's tough though. Wow.
Yeah, he played a 2 guard and not be small forward to me.
Oh man, so
the bad part is KP is not here because then he would be the power forward, and that would help y'all a lot with that right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just curious with that with your lineup because, I think like you mentioned before, Hardaway and Dotson, they can't play the small forward position. They're undersized. Like D mentioned, Dotson is 6'6". Hardaway, I believe, is 6'5". So again, they can't play the small forward position at all. That's why I was very intrigued to see a healthy Kevin Knox start at the 3. But yes, I think we all agree that Frank should be starting at the point, based on everyone gave their recommendation to start the lineup. And we all agree that Vonleh should be starting at the 4. That's the only thing we agreed upon. Everything else was different.
Yeah, Hardaway about 6'6", but he has experience playing small forward. Because last year he did it a lot. He had to, and it's made him struggle a little bit. But you got no choice, to me, until Nas is healthy. That's just how it is. I don't think he would respond well to be on the bench. I really don't. So I can't put him on the bench. And you need a scorer. Like you said, the Knicks are struggling with scoring right now. And at least Dotson could put the ball in the hole. And his three-pointer been really well lately. So, I mean, listeners, let us know what you think. But I think it's the best they can do right now. But definitely let Frank start at the point. He struggled at the small forward. He seemed to be more in the game at the point guard position. So hope that help him going forward. And anything else you got to add?
Yes, sir. Got a couple of trade proposals. You guys mentioned a player that hasn't played a game for the Knicks, and that gentleman is Courtney Lee. So I got a couple of trade proposals, but also want to pick your brain on something real quick on this. Since Courtney Lee has a mysterious neck injury, I'm going to put this out there for you guys. Would you want to see the Knicks stretch him out?
Like they did with Noah?
Yeah, like they did with Noah. Either stretch him out. Here are the options. Stretch him out, or trade him, or ask him to retire.
If you stretch how many years you have to do? 2?
You stretch him out, he's got 2 years left. It's 2 and $25 million. You stretch him out, it's 2 with the stretch provision, it's 2 times 2 years plus 1. So that's 5 years you're stretching him out at $25 million, $5 million a year.
I think about it for a second. What do you think about it, Dan?
The only thing, the difference is the only reason we really stretched out Noah because Noah was horrible. You understand what I'm saying? Noah, didn't give no value. Courtney Lee can be a value player, just come off the bench and things like that. Courtney Lee, even though he's inconsistent, he still can play. You understand? So to stretch him out, I would still want him to play because we actually need him.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep on the books that long. That's a long time to keep Courtney Lee on the books. If it made me like another maximum spot, then I would do it. Because then that would help me try and get KD or somebody else this off season. But if that doesn't work out, then I'd rather just give it 2 years. I think you can actually trade him somewhere. Like you said with Danny, Noah, wasn't nobody going to pick him up. As you see, nobody picked him up right now. He's still sitting out there. So, I don't know. What you think, Flo?
It's a tough one, to be honest with you, because I would love to clear up some space because, again, Knicks got money, but I still think they need to clear up some more cap space. And I think the best way to do it is they got to do it Courtney Lee. Either trade or ask him to convince him to retire. I got 2 trade proposals. I'm just curious to see where do you guys feel with this. This is the first trade proposal. I was just checking the NBA trade machine last night. First trade proposal. Courtney Lee goes to the Sacramento Kings because we know the Sacramento Kings have plenty of money. They're under the cap. They're not over the cap, so they still got plenty of money. So Courtney Lee to Sacramento, 4. Backup point guard Frank Mason II, and former Knick power forward Zach Randolph. Both players are in their final year of their contracts. Both players.
I'll do that to get them off the books. I want that contract gone if I can. What you think, Danny?
Yeah, they do that. And Frank Mason Jr., he's actually a good backup guard.
Yeah, and that's like a stop pile. You already got enough people in the 2-guard position right now.
Yeah.
What you think about it, Flo?
I don't have a problem with the trade only because it cleared up cap space. I don't have a problem with that. I love the trade, actually. I think it works out for both teams, especially for Sacramento, because, again, they have a player on their contract with Courtney Lee. So I think that helps out Sacramento because I'm not sure they can recruit potential free agents going over there right now. Until people get a gist to see, Buddy Hield continue to play well and with Marvin Bagley III. See, these guys can emerge as potential, superstars or franchise players for Sacramento because I think they're going to have a hard time recruiting potential free agents there. So, second trade proposal. I know that Detroit just lost the game. They were undefeated until last night. They lost to Boston Celtics. They lost to the Boston Celtics by 20. I know that Detroit having issues with their wings. So I want to put this out there. Courtney Lee, same player, going to Detroit for 3 players. Shooting guard Reggie Bullock, who's making $2.5 million, expiring contract. Point guard Ish Smith, making $6 million, an expiring contract. And also a player that I know LA is very fond of, small forward Stanley Johnson, With expired contract, making $3.940,402. All three players are expiring contracts for Courtney Lee. What do you take, gentlemen?
Stanley Johnson, man, what a disappointment. Can't hit the side of a barn right now. Can't shoot. Cannot shoot, man. Shoot like a blind man. Terrible. Ugh. It's basically the same deal. You know, maybe get a few more. Maybe Ish Smith might be a guy you might want to hold on to.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, Ish
Other
can
than
play.
that, go ahead, D.
That's like you said. I was saying what you saying. Ish can play. I said they might say no. They say, you know what? We'll give you somebody else. They said we're gonna keep. They might give us a Luke Kennard or something like that. That's what they're gonna do.
I'll do that for Kennard. At least he's a young draft pick. You can actually work with that. You know, put your own people around him. I hope it works. I would do that. Even one of those. I like that better deal than the Milwaukee deal. Not the Milwaukee, the Sacramento deal. So I would do that. And it might help them out because they seem like they want some veterans on that team right now.
Oh, it definitely would help them out though. Getting that's an upgrade for them.
So, you know, send that in, Flo. What you think?
Before I answer that, say what would you like say that again, LA? What would you prefer in that Detroit deal? Say it one more time. Who would you prefer?
No, I said I would rather have it Smith, but like Danny D said, they may say no to him, but I would take Kennard if you can make that happen. You know, if that was added to it, if that still worked cap wise.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I was thinking about Luke Kennard, but the only reason why I didn't go with it because I just think that Ish Smith makes the deal work because he's making $6 million. All three players have expiring contracts, so like I said, it makes sense to go with Ish Smith as opposed to Luke Kennard. I don't have a problem with Luke Kennard. I'll take a flyer on him. I got no problem with that. Listen, any of these players, even Luke Kennard is better than Ron Baker. All the players we mentioned in the trade proposal, they're all better than Ron Baker. So I'll take it. So I don't have a problem with it. No disrespect to
be on the team. He shouldn't be on the team there. Let's just be honest.
No disrespect to Courtney Lee. The problem here, I don't have a problem moving him for two reasons. Just to get him off the books, and also you got to make a decision with Alonzo Dreer. If he's going to get playing time, somebody's going to suffer. I don't think putting Ron Baker on the bench is enough. I think Courtney Lee is going to suffer also. I think his minutes are going to suffer. You know, that's what the problem is with this Knicks team. They got too many shooting guards on this team. That's a major problem right now. They definitely need a point guard. And I'm waiting patiently to see Moutier comes out healthy. Hopefully he plays, this week. So, no disrespect to Courtney Lee. He's been a serviceable player for the Knicks. I know he's a veteran presence, but I don't have a problem moving him just to clear up the cap space. Yeah, I wanted to mention one thing. I just want to mention congratulations to the New Orleans Pelicans. They've acquired a G League team, and that G League team will be placed in the city of Birmingham, Alabama. As of right now, the New Orleans Pelicans are the 29th team in the NBA to have a G League team. So my question to both of you guys is, there's one NBA team left that does not have a G League affiliate. So let's play a little game of Jeopardy, gentlemen. I'm gonna give you two hints, and that's it. Only two hints. One team in the NBA that does not have a G League affiliate. That team plays in the Western Conference, and that team made the playoffs last season. Let's go, gentlemen.
And they made the playoffs last year.
Western Conference team.
I don't know, Flo. What's the answer?
The Portland Trailblazers, gentlemen.
Oh, that's a good one. I would have thought they had one. They got a lot of money.
Yeah. No, they're the only team, and there's a lot of people right now. Especially a lot of Seattle Supersonics fans that love to see the G League team be placed in Seattle if Portland ever does get a G League team. So there are a lot of NBA fans that wants to see a G League team in Seattle.
Okay. That'd be a good look for them, I think. I think every team should have one. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. I'm surprised that that we reached this level where there's only one team left. I thought every NBA team should have a G League team. I thought that should be mandatory to me, but I'm a little bit surprised.
Yep, I thought more of a small market team than them. But good one there, Flo. Much appreciated. And as we do our closing remarks for today's show, fellas, do you have any closing remarks for today, Danny D?
Just thank our fans and our listeners. Thank you guys. Keep on listening, subscribing, and spreading the love.
Much appreciated there. Much appreciated. How about you, Flo? You got any closing remarks for today's show?
Jeremy, I want to thank you guys for allowing me part of this great show, Knicksfandom. I want to thank all of our listeners, old and new. Please look out for us. We're all over the place. Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify. So I want to thank both of you guys for allowing me part of the show. I want to thank all the listeners. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Flo. As always, much appreciated, guys. Couldn't do it without you. And also, listeners, please subscribe to the show on YouTube, Apple iTunes. Leave a comment and review when you have a chance. Helps the show to grow. And lastly, please tell a friend about the show. And most importantly, keep tuning in. See ya.